Hey guys, it's BigT here. Today I'll be backtesting an ICT trading strategy. I also tested this strategy in my latest video, where I go more in depth with the strategy. I'll draw the highs and the lows of the day, of the 28th of December and 29th of December. I will test later in the video. I'll follow the strategy which are on the screen at all times, so you can follow it while I test it, and I'll be explaining what I'm doing. First of all, I'm gonna be looking for a liquidity sweep where it goes above the high or above the low, like it did here. Then I'll be looking for a displacement that is rather big. It means that I see a huge turn, like the red candles here, but it has to close correctly, so it creates a fair value gap where I can enter from. These red candles are displacement, and I'll be looking for a low that got swept. The low that got swept was the ones I'm pointing out here, which means I can draw a fair value gap here and put my order down at the bottom of the fair value gap for a short. I'll be targeting the highs of this candle. I could also target this, but it's up to you. I just want this for a better risk to reward ratio, and then I'll be targeting the first or the second level here. I'll be going for the second, which is 4. You could also choose to go for the other one, which would give a lower return in the risk to reward, but it's up to you. This is more risky, but it gives a bit of return, so let's see how it goes. And now we got filled. And there we hit it. We had a 4 return, which is very good. And the strategy worked again, where it got up and hit the fair value gap. And now I'll be looking for the next entry. We broke the low here, but not quite enough for me to go in, so I'll continue on. Now we broke the low of today, and I will be looking for an entry if we see a displacement or it breaks more. So let's continue on. Now we see a bit of a displacement, but I wouldn't say it's big enough yet, so I wouldn't go in. But it broke a high, but I'll look for another entry. When it breaks by that much, I like to go out and look at the yesterday and look for another low to target. If it wants to go down to there, it just gives me another form of confirmation, which I like. We have now swept a lot of liquidity, and we saw a huge displacement here. That's why I can be looking for an entry, because we broke a lot of highs, which means we can look for a fair value gap right there, or all the way down here. I'll go for the lowest point, so we have a good stop loss for the risk reward ratio to be as good as possible. So I'll place it right here, and I will place my stop loss. I'll place my entry at the top of the fair value gap right there. And you can place your stop loss at these 3 candles, at the low here, or at that one, or the one above. You can choose yourself for what you like. If you want to be a bit risky, you can place it here. And I'll be targeting, or you can target this level right there, or you can target the level above right there, for a better risk to reward ratio at 3.2. I would choose to lower it a bit to get a more safe entry and be more safe on the stop loss side. So let's see how it goes. And we got filled right there. It hit our fair value gap, and it also hit the other fair value gaps. I like to place it as low as possible to get a better return on the risk to reward ratio, and so I can be more flexible with my stop loss and etc. You can choose yourself if you want to be safe, you can, or if you want a safe entry, you can place it at the value gaps above, the ones I chose, but it's up to you. Here we see some consolidation, a lot of highs, and we would like to break this level right here. I drew with the square, and we finally broke above, which is a good sign. If you look at my other video, it did exactly the same as this one when I entered for a long. Yeah, it's quite funny. It also broke above and then had a huge pull down, and then it went up again. Let's see if it does this again this time. We don't know, but we can hope. Yeah, and I don't think I mentioned it earlier in the video, but we are trading the Euro USD. Just if you were curious and didn't know what we were trading. And boom, we finally hit the take profit with a 2.79 risk to reward return, which is very good. That means we're up 4 plus 2.79 for the day, and the strategy was successful. This means I'll be stalling for today as I won 2 trades, and I'll be testing the December of 29th now to see if we get another good day. We are now at the December of 29th, and I'll be marking the highs and the lows of the day after midnight, and let's see how it goes. I'll be looking for a short or a long again if we sweep some liquidity. And now we broke today's high, and I'll be looking for a displacement for a potential entry in the short. And now we finally see a displacement, but I don't think it's that big, but we broke some of the lows, which means we could be looking for a potential entry. You can see the lows we broke, they are right there. And I'll be looking for a fair value gap, and I'll be placing it right there. Fair value gap is my entry point, and I'll be making a short. Yeah, and now you can choose your stop loss. It could be here, it could also be a bit lower right there, but that's very risky, so I'll be putting it here. And then I'll be looking for my TPs, which could be there, or it could also be lower. This gives a 2.43. Lower one could be around here, but it's very risky, and I don't think the potential of going home is that big, so I'll be choosing the better one, which is 2.43 in my opinion. Right there. And let's see how it goes. I don't think the placement was that huge and important, so let's see how it goes, but let's hope for the best. We got it filled, and we went through the fair value gap right there. Let's see if it goes down or up. Oh, yeah, we got stopped out, but I think it was a fine entry. You could also see it went down, but not quite enough. If you had it right there, it would have been a 2 risk to reward ratio, which is quite good. So, in my opinion, it was a fine trade, but stuff like this happens, and you just gotta stick to your trading plan. And yeah, trust that it works sometimes. But it is what it is. I'll be looking for my next entry. And because we've made a new high, I will mark a new high. And if you break that one, I'll be looking for my next entry. Let's see if we go down or up and breaks another high or break another low. And we broke another high here. So we will be looking for the next displacement for another potential entry. And now we see a displacement, and we broke some lows right there. And we'll be looking for this fair value gap right there. And we can have a very nice tight stop loss because it's very close to our high. So let's place the entry right there and the stop loss right above this candle. And now we can look for a TP. It could be there or there. And I'll be targeting this one, could be a 2.78. and this one could be a 4.78. And I will go for the lowest one because it gives the highest return, and I think this is a very probable trade. My bad. So let's see if we get fill here. And yeah, we didn't get filled. It is what it is. We could have had a very nice trade with a 5 return, but it didn't hit our fair value gap, so it is what it is. Let's look for the next entry and see how it goes. And we broke another high right there of the day. So let's look for the next entry if we see a displacement again. And we see another displacement, but we didn't break these, so it means we continue and look for another break. We broke some of the lows right there, but the displacement is not significant enough, so let's wait. And we see a more significant displacement right here, and we can be looking for another entry in this fair value gap. It's very tight and small, and it's a bit unsafe in my opinion, but let's go for it. We'll place it above these two here. If we place it above the other ones, it would be too much of a risk in my opinion, and the return would be very bad. And we can target these two level, both this one with a 2.06 and a 3.44. And let's go for the 3.44. I wouldn't normally take this. I don't think it's a significant break, but yeah, let's see. And we got fill right there. Let's see how it goes. And it broke straight up. Yeah, it is what it is. We lost again, and I'll be stopping for today. We could also have had it here, but yeah, it's not a good risk to reward, so it's fine, and it is what it is. Let's see how it went if we place it a bit higher. Yeah, I think we would have been out either way. Yeah, it broke the high again, so yeah. And here, last in the video, I just want to do a quick summary of how it went. We won 2 trades and lost 2. And if we use the strategy I explained and the rules I explained in the first video I made, then you could see that I lose 1% when I lose, and I win a higher percentage when I win. This is also a result of why I lost and won 2 trades and still was in profit. And if you can do this and do it over time and have a lose on winning rate of 50%, but a risk to reward ratio that is higher than 1% every time you trade, you'll end up being profitable. That's why I do it. So I hope you understand everything I showed in this video, and if you didn't, please watch the other video where I explain the rules. And that was it for me. BigT trades out. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content and want more. Bye.